Welcome to 100 Gems podcast. And today we're going to be talking about the master class and then also our Big Six class today.
Yeah,
and it was real interesting discovering your purpose.
Discovering your purpose, yeah.
Come on with it, Pyles. I know one of the first things you got on the list is key insights that lead to discovering your purpose. Let's jump in there, Pastor, because that's a new one there.
Well, when you're talking about purpose, Rob, in the class with the Big Six, we say in the book that we don't talk a whole lot about purpose.
Right.
And the reason being is that when you're dealing with the other five components, the tools that we use to get the purpose, to support the purpose in its structure is just as important to help you. When I say identify, because we try to pick out what we want, but what happened is purpose is something you discover.
Right.
It's already there. It's been there. You don't wake up today and say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna be a ukulele player. I'm gonna play the So
right.
Those are things that we in this whole piece when we're dealing with purpose, we try to help the person understand that when you're dealing with purpose, it's imperative that you know that I can do a lot of things.
Right.
I was a military cop for 15 years and, played the games and did all that as a soldier, promoted, done well. But when I'm in purpose, it's a different flow.
Yeah, it is, Pastor. It is.
Purpose.
I just thinking about it when we was talking about it in Big Six today, and I was thinking about, okay, when did I discover my purpose? I remember when it birthed, and I recognize this is a story way back when, but going into the ministries, when God gave me the green light, that's when I knew my purpose, because it's still working. Founded Life Changing Ministries, and I got to tell you, Pastor, it's easy.
It's
and
fun.
I love it.
Right.
And so happily make a couple dollars through doing something.
Which happened to.
Yes, sir. But it came through some adversity, though.
Yep.
It came through some adversity. I had to sit down and really refocus, take a deeper look. But when it popped out, though, like you said, it popped out like a sore thumb. Yeah. I know I'm here to serve.
Here to serve. And,
yes, sir.
And that's the piece that I talked. When you talk about purpose, if you've been around a while, you can't help but to think of Myles Monroe.
Come on.
Myles Monroe. So when Rick Warren had wrote the book, A Purpose-Driven Life, we had been talking about purpose way before that.
Right.
And because the majority of the questions that I was asked, and it came to be almost overstated. I didn't say it was overrated. Overstated. And I mean by that is that I'm not saying it's not there and it's important.
Right.
But I think people was worried about what their purpose was, but they wouldn't go to work.
Right.
People were worried about my purpose, but they weren't dealing with relationship.
Yeah.
So all that ties together, and it really, when you're exercising, because you said something about easy. I don't think it's easy. It's simple.
Right.
You
ain't got to figure that much out.
No, because what happened is there's a yin and a yang.
Right.
In everything. Everything. There is no thing that don't have a backside. So a coin has another side.
Yeah.
So there's always a yin and a yang in everything. So when you talk about purpose, people rode off that, going around talking about their purpose, right? And people would leave and never really got into what their purpose is. Because, first of all, people think purpose is a job. No, purpose is not my job, it's my work. So when I try to explain to them that they would say, man, like McDonald's,
right.
Real estate, that's not my purpose.
Right.
Because if the McDonald's closes, then what do I do? If the real estate market tanks,
right,
my purpose tank. No, I found out that I'm a server. I like serving.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir. On a professional level now, though, your service.
In fact,
yeah.
it perfects.
Yeah.
Now, it's some folks know how to serve.
Yeah.
It's some folks who master that. They watch. They got books. They got notes on people. They like if I had to serve the president,
right,
it'd be a different service than them. Somebody serve the president versus serving me. Those guys, they know down to a T.
Yeah. Yeah.
The food is there at a certain time.
That rider.
His rider's different than my rider.
Yeah.
So we have to learn how to give that presidential service now. Then I get to the White House.
Right.
So I know that when I deal with the Big Six and the coaching program, these are foundational tools. So I got to be able to identify. And when I talk about improving people's lives, purpose, that there's a lot of books on purpose. I'm not the purpose guy.
Right.
That's, oh man, you want to know your purpose? Go talk to a Pastor Pyles. They probably won't say that,
right.
But they say, man, you want to talk, deal with this. These 5 areas, how to improve this,
right?
Relationship, this here,
right?
And he got the blueprint,
right?
He talks about the blueprint, so that's my niche. So you have to tell me what is your niche, because I can go buy your Miles book, and Miles already got the material. Miles had been doing it for 100 years. You've been doing it for 100 days. So what's going to be your niche, Rob? What's going to be your niche? Mine is, man, the tools.
Yeah.
You know, you can be the best guitar player, drummer. You could be the best actor, but if you don't know how to handle a relationship, you nasty.
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are.
That's gonna make a big difference.
I don't care how fast you can run.
Right. That's right.
We got people who don't make it to college, don't make it to the NBA, and they be the best players in the world. Why? Because their attitude. They don't know how to deal with relationship. They don't know how to protect it. They don't know how to foster them right, and also they don't understand even. If I got a purpose, if my purpose is to feed, I want to go and just feed and work at the mission every day. I got to understand that I may not need the money, but the mission need the money. So I got to partner with somebody who understands that we need to have the food, a place. So in every incident, all these 5 tools relates to even in my purpose.
Yeah. It help. I think it would help develop and mature your purpose.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that's what's going on with us, Pastor. We really stepping into it now, and we're maturing, and doors is opening.
Okay.
We okay.
Okay.
And we know where we're going.
Because we know where we're being.
Yeah. Ooh.
You can't go until you know.
Yeah.
I got to know what I've been.
Yeah.
I got to be able to look back at some of the successes and the failures.
Yeah.
I got to look at where I said, man, that was a good idea. There's a lot of things, it's just a good idea. So when we lead to discovering our purpose, discovering our work, not a job, the job ain't what identifies me.
Right.
So I'm a service person. I love to, I told you about 2 months ago while I was doing some studies, I found out it was a word that I didn't like it. When it labored,
right.
Put a I ain't say labor, but identified even in depth that I'm a pleaser.
Right.
And so, oh man, you're a people pleaser. If I'm just a people pleaser, it's a problem. That's the yang.
Yeah.
But the yang of it is that I'm a people pleaser.
Right.
And when you make people feel pleased, right, happy, you people reward you.
Yeah.
They want to be around you. So I had to be okay. It took about a month to get okay and understand. When I heard that as a pleaser, to be really just soak in it.
Yeah.
So serving is pleasing.
Yeah.
Right. People know that if they're around your circle and you're a pleaser and you like doing things.
Right.
We say giving. We say it ain't necessarily money.
It ain't right. I was gonna chime in that too. Yeah. It ain't. It's your services. You know. I know. For instance, you can ask me to go do something, man, and. I know how to get a couple things done.
For real.
So
that's service.
And that's that service that is on the table. But you also, it's just your service is just on a different ramp too.
Now when we talk about service, Rob, I tell you, I get up at 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Right.
For a 9 o'clock appointment. I'm getting ready, and I be late because I have to know that when you serve and you're a pleaser, you try to answer every call. You try to people stop you and you're talking.
You're talking to them.
It wasn't that I got up late.
Right.
It be people calling. So some things you got to know as a pleaser or in that situation. You got to know when not to. You got to know when to say, hey, I can't talk right now, or I don't answer the call.
Right.
I told him this morning, I don't have to answer my phone every time you call.
Right.
I'll call you back. That's why I tell them. I said, just if I know you, your name gonna come up.
Right.
I'm gonna go back and hit you up.
Yeah.
Because I ain't tell them don't leave no message.
Yeah.
That's not being rude because I knew that if I'm in a meeting, I missed 6 calls. I'm gonna spend how much time going back listening to missed calls and messages. Now, if it's emergency, it's not a routine call.
Yeah.
Then tell me, text 911.
Right.
And I
because sometimes I know, like when my friend, my old school guy, man, he called, and I know when he called, he just want to kick it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'll be busy. Like yesterday, Monday, man, both of man, all day. I'm talking about as soon as I got up and my guy calls like, man, I can't get at you right now.
Right.
And I want to kick it with him, son. You know what I mean?
And I got to understand that, Rob. I got to understand, if I don't know, you the president of the United States, I can't have you come sit by my bedside for 2 days because I got a toothache.
No.
I can't. I have to know, like sometimes I think when people want us to drop what we're doing for a toothache, when you're dealing with heart attack stuff.
They expect it.
So even when I go
they don't just want it, Pastor. They expect it.
When I go to the emergency room, if you want to get seen fast, you tell me you got chest pains. You see how fast they get you back there.
Right.
But if you go there and I say, man, the shoulders, no, it ain't my heart. I got a pinched nerve.
Right.
Man, I may sit there for an hour or two. You may just come in. They're gonna take you first. So those are the things that people gotta understand what's going on in your life.
Right.
They gotta respect what's going on in your life.
Yes, sir.
A lot of times people.
We have to respect it too. We have to respect it for. I know today. It's just certain things I'm not going to do. I'm do anymore.
Yeah.
Because I didn't wisen up. Like going to the club. I ain't going to no club.
I
ain't got time for no club.
Not that you won't enjoy it, but you thinking about something. Something has. I want to get up in the morning early.
Yeah. I got business to tend to. I don't
walk around here dragging.
Yeah.
And that's a pivotal that you have to turn. Yes, I'm gonna tell you something. I miss the camaraderie. I miss just kicking it.
Right.
Man, I'm talking about,
Well, we kicked it. We just kicked it. Those $1,000. We kicked it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So that don't go away.
No.
But what happened is that at 2 a.m, I can't. At 3 a.m, I'm going to bed. So when we talk about that, we talk about purpose. My purpose in life, I'm a pastor and leader of leaders.
Come on now.
What I do is my purpose. I'm a servant. When I'm in that vein of serving and moving, man, I'm living my best moment. See, I talked about this morning. We say we live in our best life. Right. That's a good cliche. I get it. You're really saying you're living your best moment.
Yeah.
I'm making every moment count. If you do that, then I can build upon the rest of my life.
Right.
So I get the cliche in what it's saying, but really, when you come down to it, we got to think about moments in life, moments in time. I want to walk this thing out in purpose.
Yeah.
So when I'm serving, when I can't serve, it just like when you know you can help people, it frustrates you. When you're trying to serve, you're trying to help them, they don't help. You get mad because they're not moving forward.
Yeah.
And you have to realize that.
Yeah.
You realize you're
unless you're in the business. And because Pastor, I got to tell you, the serving is more than just what folks see. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, man.
Say it again.
You know what I mean? It's money being spent, it's time being spent, it's creative thinking. One of the things we did on our trip, we had to chill out. We literally had to say, man, wait a minute, let's can we chill out?
Yeah.
Because we was, but we was walking in our purpose too.
We sitting there eating. We sitting there eating, and in his mind, he always looking to solve problems in these areas. He solve, right? I had to say, man, bring it down. You have to say, hey, man, let me just get some personal let's don't talk about that.
Yeah.
So you have to know that too. You have to know that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't purpose to talk about this all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. We got to have that balance.
Yeah, and even when we start talking about health, so this is the way we looked at a lot of things. You talk about purpose, right? There are people who say their purpose is to go over and be a missionary, want to be a missionary.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things you got to look at with your health.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
You know, and you can't be 500 pounds.
Right.
You know, got gout and all that. And talking about
You got a whole bunch of stuff if you 500 pounds.
well, you got
a few things going.
and you can't tell me. So then your health got to match your purpose.
Right.
It all
or
has to line
so-called
up.
purpose.
Your so-called purpose.
Yeah, there we go.
And it may be may be because your health can blow it out. You can eat yourself to death.
Mm-hmm.
You can be frivolous with your spending,
right?
Your money and finances,
right?
And it cuts your purpose. It cuts the delivery, the platform,
right?
Because I said McDonald's. The different things I'm doing, it's a platform, not it's a platform,
right?
Which allows the things I want to do is my purpose. Be even more so greater. It allows my purpose. It allows my purpose to illuminate
right.
more.
Right.
I can serve more people. So, and the more I serve, the better I'm fulfilled.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
And sometimes it ain't always monetary.
Right. No, it's not.
And you know,
it can't be always monetary.
I could be in Africa.
Yeah.
But most of the time, your gift do make room for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know going into the ministries, I had to figure out. I'll say, okay, because when God first revealed it, I was like, man, you sure you got the right dude?
Yeah.
You know, is this you? Is
you the right one?
Yeah. But in it and stepping into it, he started giving me some clarification and going back looking at what I had been through. I was able, I'm substance abuse and mental health. And,
it's crazy.
You know, man, I'm talking about, you know, so it all came together. Yeah, it lined up faster.
It made sense.
It made sense. Right. All kind of sense.
And you know when it made sense? When you saw what he saw.
Yeah, there we go.
See, the purpose, I told him, I gave him a quick glimpse on what the Bible is really trying to do. Is to see the kingdom.
Yeah.
And not only look at the kingdom. It's the difference between looking at something and seeing it. I can look at the kingdom and not see it.
Right.
He have eyes but can't see.
Yeah.
And he's really saying, can you see what I see? I mean, can you see what I see? That's what God is saying.
Yeah.
He said, can you see?
Yeah.
He said, go look again.
Yeah, go look again.
Go look again. He said, I said, me in the tree. He said, go look again. He said, I want you to see what I see.
Yeah.
Rob, if you saw what God saw in your life, you would run.
Man.
It'll scare you.
I'm scared now, Pat.
And it's supposed to be scary. And I'm talking about the options you have.
Yeah.
That's why you got to be focused. When you start talking about this is my purpose, it's really said this is not what I'm going to do.
Right.
When you say this is it, then that ain't it.
Right.
When you can identify what it is, a lot of things that try to step in can't get in no more.
It can't get in no more.
I can do some things now.
Yeah, it can't. Right.
I can do some things, but it allows me to pinpoint focus.
Yeah.
I'm called. If I'm called to the nations, the one young lady said on the call, she said, what's the first thing? She said, a passport.
Right.
If you tell me you called to the nations, you're probably going to be able to win and got a passport.
Right.
And it's not when I tell you we're going.
Right.
I already have my passport.
Right,
I've invested in that passport.
Right.
I begin to look at the land. I begin to look at the culture, at least in the area, because you're not called to the nations. I may be called. I'm called to the nation, but I'm called to a specific area.
Right.
Like when I talked to Bishop, and the guy was saying he wanted him to go in a certain area. Bishop, I'm not called to that area. He said, I'm called to this area.
Right.
They want you in Haiti. They want you in Cuba. They want you in. Man, listen. Here's what I'm called to. Why?
Right.
Because they gonna receive me, and it's what God has called me. Because just because I have this, and it works here, it may not work there.
Yeah. Hey, you better believe it. And then perhaps coming out the streets and so on and so forth, man. I remember that. I was thinking I was gonna have to square up, start walking funny, but I already walk funny. You
Yeah, you do.
That's all right though. And what happened was the Lord, he said, man, no, you need to be you, all of you.
All of you.
All of you. You know, I'm talking about all those experiences and everything that you've been through.
You took it.
Yeah, yeah. He said, this who you is. You know, and it's still a lot more to go. And that's where Big Six come in, baby.
The revelation that we need to get when Joseph said, you meant it for bad, but God meant it for good. What he's really saying is, he's saying in spite of, it's not in spite of what you done to me.
Right.
Watch out, Pastor. It's because of what you done. It's because of what I went through.
Yeah.
Here's where I'm at.
Yep. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Not in spite of what I went through.
In spite of all the road. Really.
But you said because of what I went through,
that's right.
I look at drug abuse different.
Yes, sir.
And I can reach them.
Yep. Yeah.
In spite of, no. Because of. I've been through. Because I've went through that.
Yep.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Right. And I ain't mad at it. I ain't no victim of it.
Yeah.
None of that.
I ain't playing that card.
No, I ain't playing that card. This it, baby.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
You focus.
Man, come on.
I'm focused on where I'm going. I'm focused on having another right. And like I said, man, when you're on that road to recover, man, these are the things that God put on you already. Because of that, it magnifies even more in that area. Because it began to vex you. Man, if God have called you, you're in the apostolic, structure.
Right.
When you go in something that's a disarray, we run. No, they all disorganized. Well, that's what God's calling you to do.
Right.
Now the thing, they listen. They listen. It's a different story.
Right.
But that's what God. Man, you want to go in something already fixed up.
Yeah.
If we got that cover, and I really, you can come, but I don't.
Right.
Your weight and your value is not going to be as much because we already got that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. God calling you here for this.
Yeah.
Everybody want. Oh man, I want to do that. That look Grammy. I want to get into real estate. Right. Well, what part of I want to rent some property? Man, you ain't wired like that.
Right.
They give you a sob story. Man, people stay in your house 8 months. Well, you know what I mean? You don't value that.
Yeah.
So, look at you. They've been living in your house for 8 months.
Yeah.
And you going over there, they give you a sob story, but they got all of them clothes. They got all the stuff. Somebody getting paid.
Yeah.
So that's why you say, hey man, you might not want to do that. Why? Because you're wired this way. You're a nice guy. So when I rent, man, you know what? I don't even deal with the rent stuff. They don't even deal with it. They fired me. I done got fired, man.
Because you like folks too much.
Yeah, oh man, they come and tell me, Pastor, man, right. You know what I mean? Now I've improved in that area. Right. I be wanting to just say no, but I say no because it's a yin and a yang.
Right.
I'm a pleaser. Right. You're a giver. When you get amongst people who don't know how to handle that anointing,
right? There you go.
Separate yourself from them, or you put those boundaries there, right? So they don't allow me to talk to the tenants, right? They can't. Mr. Pyles not available. Then even there's been time where I said, okay, and that person who I had that said, I don't care what Pastor Pyles said. Right. I don't care what Mr. Pyles said. You gonna pay your rent. If not, this paper going in. Right. That's what you need around. You need folks to help protect you, that anointing. They help protect your peace. And then I'm around for folks that who call the apostolic. I said, yep, that's 1, 2, 3. I said, but give them a little more time. Right. So it's a balance coming into play when you're talking about purpose. So when you're talking about what are you passionate about? Yeah. Right. That's big. Your passion must line up with the big 6 though. Yeah. Right. I can be a great musician. I'm talking about the best singer or whatever. But if I'm nasty, and people don't want to work with me, you probably ain't gonna get to Carnegie Hall, or you're not gonna be, because you're not talk to folk. There are folks that are super. They can fly like Mike. They can jump like Mike. They can shoot like Steph Curry, right? And they faster than a locomotive, right? But you know where they at? They down in Montgomery Park. Ain't there something? Because they don't know how to deal with relationships. Right? There are folks that that have made millions stars, but they couldn't fulfill what they wanted to do,
right.
foreign nations and all that, because they went to the NBA or they was in certain things, they had jobs, and they blew the money, and they're sitting there frustrated. I should be over in Africa. I should be able to go around and just do missions with the things that God had put in my hand, but I blew it, so now I got to stay at Sears and Roebuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? I'm 62,
right.
63, and can't retire. See, retirement ain't quitting.
No.
Retirement is doing what I want to do now. I can do what I want to do now.
You know, something too, Pyles, what you saying that, how Big Six, you know, we had started Big Six out today, and we was talking about how has Big Six helped you? What have you received? You know, what was some of the impact? And we look at, we had all kind of stories of the impact, but it take that clutter thing.
Make it clear.
Man, you make it clear. Like, you know, for instance, if that same basketball player was down there in Montgomery, was in Big Six.
Yeah, before he get to the park.
Yeah, before he he would have caught that. We be sitting up here with a sponsorship right now.
Yeah.
You know?
And the thing about it, man, is that somebody got to tell them.
Yeah.
And some people just stubborn. But the majority of the time, if we catch them early enough,
right.
Somebody said, just as you bounce on that ball, you need to work on your attitude.
Yeah.
Because that attitude is going to wash out everything you're doing with that ball. And that ball is not your purpose.
Right.
Because you're going, I don't care if you get to the NBA, you're not going to be able to play forever.
Right, right.
You know, now Tom Brady probably proving us wrong on that, but it's
that's
a
my
platform.
guy too. I like Tom.
They hate on him, right, because he's doing it. But it's a platform.
Right.
Your platform, right, to be able to do more. I expect more is given, more is required, meaning that not that I want more of your money. You got to impact more. Whatever you're doing,
right,
it got to make a greater impact. Whatever how you do it, because if I just say right now we're gonna have an event and Titty Jason ain't got to send him the money, he just show up.
Yeah.
He that's an impact there.
Yeah.
Follow me? A big one.
Yes,
so that's why you can say, hey man, me sometimes showing up is an impact. It says something. Sometimes when you're standing there with somebody, it says something. Or he with them, so I ain't gonna bother him.
Right.
Sometimes you just standing beside people, and their influence.
Right.
The enemy won't attack you because they think they with you. So those are things, guys, that when you get misaligned with individuals,
right,
they don't line up with your purpose, that don't respect your calling, that's when the problem really starts, right. Rob. I think that when we talk about purpose and things, right, first I got to figure out who I am. Okay, I'm Robert Pyles. Yeah. All right, I'm not this guy. Right. This guy can say, man, forget it, and really forget it.
Right,
this person. Right. I know I can't. Right. I'm not. I fire folks, pray for them, and give them a bus pass, get them home, give them a ride home. Somebody can take them home. Some guys say, "Man, no, I'm done with it," and that's a piece that I have to know that.
Right, right.
I have to know who I am.
Yeah,
I got to know where I'm from, not from Alabama, but I got to know my real makeup. Yeah, right. Not
your
black
real
or white. Yeah, people,
come on.
People doing Ancestry.com. You got folk that were German, thought they were German. They Irish, and the Irish thought they were German, and white. Them on white. They were black, and black had white. So you really can't go by that, but you really have to go by. I got to know the identity, what God had made me for. My identity, right? Why am I here? That's the moment. That's why you need me here, Rob.
Yeah.
This is why I'm here.
Yeah.
This is what they call me to do. Yeah, I like to do that. Right. I like to sing like a bird. I like to I like to get that mic and just blow. But they didn't call me for that. They don't call me to the prophetic conferences.
Right.
They don't call me to the conferences because that ain't how God wired me. He wired me for this. They gonna call me for the Big Six. They gonna call me for order. They gonna call me to bring things in line. They gonna it's some things that they gonna call me to.
Yes, sir.
But they ain't calling me for some things. Right. Not the part that's coming.
As a matter of fact, you know, we just want to wrap it up and with the master class. Yeah. You know what I mean? They need to come on down. Where we doing the master class at again?
The master class is gonna be 5700 over there on Green. It's out in It's on Green Bay. Out in Green Bay, but it's in Port Washington.
Right. Bayshore Mall. Bayshore Mall. Right across the street from Bath and Body Works.
Right across the street.
You know,
Brook
Brook Brothers. Yeah, who got all my money. They still got plenty of my money.
and all that stuff out of style now.
I don't know. I still got some.
Too, buddy.
Hey, listen, I still got some.
But I'm telling you, the master class is going to be outstanding. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
it is.
Skip, Melville,
Yeah.
with Shatina, Gladden. That's how we got there.
Darvin Moore be there.
Okay,
Yep.
we talking about that relationship with your money.
Yep.
You got to have a relationship because a relationship that you have, you're bringing all that in there.
Yeah.
And then your relationship needs to have the right relationship around it.
Yes, sir.
For it to foster. So those are things we're bringing in. We're going to talk about blended family, that relationship. We're going to talk about before I'm beginning to date someone. I'm looking to date someone that has kids already.
Right.
I got kids already. What should we be expecting?
Right.
I wish somebody had told me.
Right.
All right. When they turn 13, this is going to happen. When they turn 10. Because when they 6 and 7, 8, they just is sweet. But then when they get to be 13, 14.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a whole different ball game.
You ain't my daddy. I done bought you all them Nikes. I'm going to choke everybody out in the house. No, you can't do that. They're still children.
Yep.
They're 18, but they're still a child. And that's the piece that we have to learn.
Yeah.
If you know you're not crazy and you ain't the only one, then it's a little easier to deal with that in a relationship. You are the adult.
Yeah.
And you just got to be more. It's hard raising kids, period.
Yes, it is.
Period.
Who
Then
you
you
tell?
start blending it in and doing all that.
Boy, who you
Lord,
tell?
you got to be saved for real.
You better be.
They saved for real.
You gonna get saved.
Yeah, you gonna get saved. So we talk about all that. We talk about the husband and wife and just understanding each other. How you wired.
Right.
Purpose is wired all into that.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Or you gonna marry somebody that believe that God is calling them to go to Africa and do mission work when y'all got 3 little kids in the house.
Right. No, we ain't gonna do that.
Nah,
we ain't gonna do that.
You better make sure.
We
get into that.
It was nice knowing you, baby.
So, Rob, I'm excited about
Yes,
what
sir.
God is taking us to Big Six and all that. This weekend going to be an awesome weekend.
Yes, sir.
I'm just telling everybody, just get ready, man. Just get ready because
Get
this is
ready.
the beginning.
Yep.
It's just the beginning. We're
beginning.
tweaking.
Yeah.
We're doing some things. We're not everything perfect yet.
Yeah.
This is our ground, and I thank everybody for sitting there with us and sitting there and being there with us, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you,
Well, that's another episode of 100 Gym. Remember now, the master class, that's what it's all about. If you really want to get ahead, you better be in the place. Remember, right across the street from Bath and Body Works in Bayshore Mall. Peace, baby.